Hello everybody, Andy here again. Right, earlier on today I sort of belatedly watched a film, the film being The Future Is Unwritten. It was a film by Julian Temple, British filmmaker, and it was all about the life and times of Joe Strummer, who used to be the lead guitarist, one of the main songwriters in the band The Clash. Now, I'm a big music fan, and I want to talk about something else that came out of the film, but I was lucky and I never actually saw The Clash themselves. One of my sort of big regrets is that I never actually saw them. Always loved them, and for some reason never got to see them. I know plenty of people who did see them and say they were brilliant, but I was lucky enough to see Joe Strummer play with his band, the Mescaleros, at Hastings Pier, literally a month before Joe Strummer sadly died in 2002, and I do believe it's something like the second to last gig that he ever did, so I feel very privileged to have seen that. It was a great gig, and he actually finished off with one of the encores, a song he didn't play very much, which was White Riot, and that was something to see and something to sort of experience as well. But one of the things in the film, he led a very interesting life, and one of the things about him was he was a bit of a hippie in his early days and sort of renounced that sort of thing, but when he left the Clash and sort of rethought about his life, got back involved with music, etc., and he realised that those sort of bit of those sort of hippie ideals and things were with him, sort of bringing people together. He was always very interested in sort of diverse types of music, as you might have realised in the Clash, like with the reggae, the sort of rap and that sort of urban sort of feel, but world music in general, sort of getting all of those influences together. And later in his life, what he started to do was have these big campfires. He used to go to festivals like the Glastonbury Festival here in England, and so I get these big campfires, so I build a campfire and get all these people around, people that he knew, people that he just met, people that he didn't know, sort of invite them around and sort of get them around to that campfire and sort of go back to the old days, if you know what I mean, because there is something about a campfire. You know, we've all done it. There's something about fire generally, isn't there? But there's something about a campfire where you sit down, and hopefully you've had the opportunity to do this, because I can remember doing this in my past, and you sort of sit there, whether it be on a beach, at a festival, it doesn't matter where it is, but you sit there, you get a group of friends or like-minded people around this campfire, and there's all the warmth there of it. There's usually, you know, there's some food, there's some drink, great conversation, you get people together from all over the place, etc. And maybe sort of going back in time, there was that sort of element of safety through it, because this is something that harks back to sort of right back to the beginning of man, doesn't it? You know, there's Stone Age men sitting around, and women sitting around sort of campfires, partly for safety, partly for warmth, for heat, etc., for the cooking of food and all that sort of thing, but being together as a group, as a community. You can probably see where this is going to go. And this sort of struck me, and I was reading this, watching this, and I was thinking, yeah, I mean, I love that whole idea. I love that idea of sitting around, talking, chewing the fat, as we call it, sort of sitting there, having a few drinks, getting people together, meeting completely new people, diverse people from all over the place. It doesn't matter what they are, talking about music, about literally about anything, and getting to know each other. Unless you haven't already guessed, I thought, that's YouTube. Sitting around here, this is our little campfire. So if you put your hands up, hopefully you can feel the warmth that comes across from all of us as we're sitting here talking from all points across the world, from all different backgrounds, ages, you know, everything. It doesn't matter, colours, religions, all those sort of things, you know, that we've talked about before. But it really struck me, and I thought to myself, yeah, that's what this is. This is like those little, this is a community around our own little campfire. The campfire can be a computer monitor, it can be whatever it might be. But this is your own little community. You've got all these people around you, and we do it here, we do it on other sites as well, your stick atoms and things like that. You get people together, literally sort of bringing people together in a room type of thing. But we have our own little campfires here, and this is something I think is so great about this, and something that's so great about a campfire generally, is that you get there, there's a nice sort of convivial atmosphere, people are generally nice and happy and you know, carefree, whatever. As I said, have a couple of drinks, get to know each other, have a chat, talk about whatever you want to talk about, and sort of generally bring the world together, put the world to rights as well, but meet new people. And then that extends. I've been to campfires in America, if you want to put it that way, and I certainly hope to go and see a few more like that. You meet amazing people around the campfire, people that you've never met before, people that you probably never would have met before, unless sort of someone like Joe Strummer brought someone over and said, yeah, come sit here and have a drink, have a chat, and get to know these people and just have a little talk about it. So feel the warmth. Hopefully it's coming across. It certainly comes across to me. I feel it when I watch this site and other sites as well, the different people on here. So I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are about that, whether you feel the same sort of way. This is the way my mind works. I sort of think about these things, and you watch something on the TV in a film and it sort of instantly connects to YouTube. I'm always saying that I think YouTube is like a microcosm of life in some way, so everything about life is here in some way or another, and this is just another example. I keep seeing YouTube in everything, whether it be in films and things about campfires or whatever it might be. So anyway, I thought I just had to put that up there. So although I didn't see the Clash, that was something that I did see, was sort of Joe Strummer playing live and doing White Riot, and what a great thing that was, and what a great life. Obviously Dad died at the sort of young age, really, at 50, but he certainly led a good and varied life in that time. I wish he was still about, but I know he had a great life in that time. So anyway, and the campfire thing, I said I would be interested to know if you've got any thoughts about that, whether you feel the same, whether you think I'm being a bit silly about it. Or anyway, thanks for your time. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.